It's okay, Dino. You just gotta act like you belong, and everything will work out. Excuse me, sir, can I help you? Yeah, I'm here for the sex offender registry. How far would you go to find success? Traditionally speaking, probably quite far, depending on what the reward is at the end of the rainbow. If you were an actor or actress, you'd probably slob on a little bit just to get where you wanted to be. And in the good old days, where that was just the straight up plan, and then all of a sudden you're in a Hollywood movie, that was fine. However, with the amount of voices that are out there nowadays, and the amount of competition in order to get to your dream, just being good at the thing that you're interested in isn't enough anymore. If you're a singer, for example, you going on stage and plucking your guitar in hopes of being discovered by some talent agency probably just isn't going to happen for you. In fact, the only way you are going to get noticed is by having an online presence. And even then, if you're just promoting your singing, it's still probably not going to work out for you because, like I said, there are so many people online, it's hard for people to care. So what is one to do when the competition is so thick and fierce that being average in your field isn't going to get you anywhere? Well, if you're anything like Twitch streamer Isidore, you are willing to subject yourself to literal torture so that people will notice you and your stream. Isidore is a small Twitch streamer who recently embarked on the staying in the closet challenge. However, unlike my father who waited until I went to uni to come out, Izzy only lasted 3 days doing this challenge. Basically, the gist of it is, you as the Twitch streamer will lock yourself in a small spaced room and subject yourself to literal forms of torture at the hands of your chat. Depending on how much the chat donates is what happens to you. 10 bits, for example, could be a little bit of honey and eggs thrown at your head, whereas 100 bits could equal Metallica blasting down your ear and a flashbang going off while you're being pepper sprayed from above. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Oaks, when I stumbled across Isidore in his stream, part of me felt really sad. And then another part of me got even more sad because I realized that this is just an evolution of online entertainment at this point. I'm not old enough to say that I was around when that first video dropped on YouTube, but I came just after. And I've been highly fixated on internet culture as a whole since I can remember. So believe me when I say the pendulum, much like my ballsack, is swinging. It used to be just enough to sit in front of your webcam and talk about things and hopefully connect with an audience. But because of the rise of short form content and certain creators taking it to a level that's just not achievable by anyone else, gaining an audience without doing something extreme is incredibly difficult. And oftentimes the allure and reward of potentially gaining a massive following is worth it to some people to put themselves in danger or put themselves in ludicrous situations. A great example of what I'm talking about is IShowSpeed, one of the most prominent, if not the most prominent YouTube live streamers, whose entire identity and brand is built around him doing crazy and outrageous things. Whether it's him kicking his monitor at full force pretending it's a football, or showing his schlong to the entire world unintentionally, or even more than that, accidentally almost setting his house on fire, he's always doing something insane and out there. And that type of insane behavior gets translated into clicks because word of mouth goes around, and people are interested in these dangerous stunts that he's performing. Which leads me back to the title of this video as to why these Twitch torture streams horrify me. Whether it's IShowSpeed or Isidore breaking ground in order to get attention on them, that ground can only be broken once. And eventually people are going to get bored and move on, because they were never interested in you as a whole, they were interested in the event and spectacle. So the natural evolution of that is just to escalate. And not just you as the creator escalating, I mean people who want to follow in your footsteps are going to have to escalate. And if you really think about it, when your base level is things like almost setting your house on fire and literally subjecting yourself to actual torture, how high does the escalation go? Look, roll your eyes at me all day. But homies, I gotta tell you, I'm like Rayman when it comes to being hyper online. I'm autistic as a motherfucker, and I can see the numbers formulating in the sky around me. Not just because I'm not taking my schizophrenia medication, but also I can just foresee a dark future, where an up-and-coming creator, for example, doesn't know where the line should end, and his sociopathic brain decides that he will do anything to get ahead. I mean, for Christ's sakes, not that long ago, do you not remember that lad who intentionally crashed a plane purely so he could get more views on his page? So who's to say 10 years after the fact that IShowSpeed decides to blow up his own house for a video, somebody doesn't decide to do it at a bank for funsies? That being said though, I'm not going to take some moral high ground, because my god, if that happened, your boy would be doing a commentary video on it straight away. I wish I had more to say about the matter, but unfortunately as it stands, I'm currently suffering from severe brain fog. I am sick as a dog, and I'm not 110% sure, but I'm pretty positive I've contracted COVID again. Which means in the span of this year, my hernia that I developed has dropped into my ballsack. I gave myself second-degree sunburn, and now I'm sick as a dog and can barely stay awake longer than 2 hours. I'm gonna throw myself off a bridge. Just like you should, because you're not already a Dino subscriber. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go pass out now and try not to both myself and throw up. See you later. Bye-bye.